What's up, table tennis nerds? Welcome back to the Limitless channel. This is yet another episode of how the pros warm up. And yeah, we have high caliber players here again. This was a second Bundesliga game. If you live in the area, make sure you go there. It's for free, which I think is ridiculous. You can just go there, watch them warm up, watch them play. And I think the second Bundesliga games are awesome. You get a ton of games, and the level is not much behind first Bundesliga. It's amazing, and sometimes the games are even more entertaining, in my opinion. Yeah. So again, what I take every opportunity to watch way better players train, and you can learn just so much from that. And also the way you can try to get a little bit also more out of it, so to speak, in terms of learn also how they think, how they approach the training, not just look at the exercises and at the technical aspect of it, but also see how players approach their warm up. So it's mostly the warm up that you're all familiar with, like forehand topspin and the other guy blocks. But it's just a very, very small part. And I think this is one big mistake we amateurs do, that we do that forever. Like for, don't know, like 10 minutes sometimes. I see people do that. And then they just play free games. But for the pros, they always start with that. But then they, very early, they start bringing backspin in. And here you even see them. This is still the early stage of warm up, but yeah, also free playing, like irregular playing at the end of the exercises, is also a big part of what they do. And also here you can see they just started warming up, but then they, what I just said, they very early start to include backspin and counter topspin, and sometimes spin far away from the table, also from the backhand side. You see many players do forehand topspins. Of course, it doesn't make sense if you're purely backhand, if your backhand is your weapon, and that you do much forehand from the backhand side. They all do it, but if it's your weapon to start, you see like stuff like that, nice edge around the net ball. Yeah, and I said this in previous episodes. They always have fun also, so they always. I think it's very important for them to get in a relaxed state before they play, focused but relaxed, and it just helps if you keep it fun. Yeah, so such a nice round technique. I really like Andre's technique. Also, Tala's technique is so clean, and I'm a little bit of a of a nerd when it comes to technique. Always have been, also in my jiu-jitsu days. Always very obsessed with getting the technique right, which is still stable. If you have a good technique, you can build upon that, and I think then sky's the limit. Nice chop blocks, you see them all over the place these days. Here, the opponent this day for Saarbrücken was Hippolstein. Very good team. They are all good players. I was really impressed by them. And I can just look how stable. Also, this looked here, the exercise he played. Total different techniques, more like violent, more like ripping forward, a very short movement from the arm. And yeah, super effective, therefore, I guess. And yeah, it's just amazing how much feeling they have, and also the sense for positioning at the table, which me as an advanced beginner, for me it's so often I feel like, oh man, I'm too close, I was too close now, or I was too far away. And this is, I think, something you just learn over the years. There's not much you can do about this. What a nice receive there, stepping around for the flip from the forehand side. Yeah, and this is always at the later stage of the warm-up. They do serve receive, which makes a lot of sense because that's what happens when the game starts, right? It's serves and receives. It's always the first thing that happens. So yeah, so basic warm up, then warm up with exercises, and everybody has their own way of approaching the exercises. And some play them very controlled, some play them controlled first and then go full out later in the exercise. Some keep it very irregular. It really depends on the player. I think you need to know yourself what's best for you. If you need a ton of repetitions to get safe, or if you want to keep it more relaxed and more free, or if you want to go full out super hard with your strokes beforehand. I think that's up to you. I think for us amateur players, I think most people that watch it are amateurs or hobby players. It's important to get the safety, get the technique, the safety, the feeling for the ball, especially if you don't train much. Let's say if you train once a week, twice a week. Yeah, before a game you need to get the touch, the feeling for the ball. That's all that matters, I guess. Maybe do some serves, of course, also, because most will not do serve practice, I know. We should totally do serve practice. It's something you can influence 100%, and you don't need the partner for that. Yeah, opening against heavy backspin. This is always a situation that comes in a game, and yeah, I got better at that. But when I have days that I'm more stiff, I can be really bad at it during the game. When it's push, 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 and the opponent has a good push quality. And yeah, I still have a lot of trouble with that, especially with the forehand. Yeah, this young player, he did his first, he's a Slovenian player, I think he's just 17. He looked very good. And he had his first appearance in the second Bundesliga team this day. He has a unique playing style. He plays a lot away from the table, blocking, and then waiting for his chance to counterattack, which is nice to look at. It's very good for the spectators, his style. Yeah, and again, I mean that also then definitely changes the way you approach warm up, right? If that's your thing, you go more from half distance for your exercises. At least that's what I guess should be the case. Yeah, also some short. This is something you rarely see in the TTR ranges I'm in. That people, you rarely get a short ball there. It's people usually push half long or long. It's so rare that somebody gets short balls. Yeah, here, this player you're watching now, Russian player, with him I saw that, look here, he goes totally for safety, for stability, to get safety in his strokes, and a lot of repetitions. And then later on, that changed a little bit, and he went more for power, for speed. Yeah, which is also an approach. Also, I saw him warm up like extensively, and I think he's a very well thought through player. And yeah, nothing he does is by accident. That's at least my observation. I mean, look how clean everything is. Also, the footwork looks very good. Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, the level in this hall on this day was crazy again. So if you're a table tennis fan, you need to come and watch that if you live close by. Yeah, here you can see more. He goes for more power. Guys, thank you for watching. Definitely make sure, we just broke the 4K subscriber mark. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Most of you are still not subscribed. And if you live in the area, don't miss our seminar we do on the 2nd of March in Saarbrücken in the pro place. So you have the chance to train where the pros train. Definitely make sure you don't miss that.